Get ready to explore a piece of American history that could be hiding a massive fortune right in your pocket. This iconic Washington quarter holds secrets that most people overlook, but for the sharp-eyed collector, it represents a potential life-changing discovery. We are diving deep into the rare errors and pristine grades that transform this common change into a high-value treasure. Stay tuned as we reveal exactly what to look for so you never accidentally spend a small fortune. The 1994 D Washington quarter might seem like a mundane relic of the mid-90s, a piece of copper-nickel-clad steel lost in the depths of a dusty cupholder. But beneath its familiar eagle-backed facade lies a story of industrial precision and hidden fortune. At the Denver Mint in 1994, millions of these coins were struck using high-speed presses designed for efficiency. Yet this era of production was not without its fascinating mechanical hiccups and metallurgical mysteries. While the vast majority of these quarters transitioned seamlessly into the pockets of the American public to pay for late-night snacks or laundry, a select few emerged from the minting process with characteristics that set them apart from their brothers. Collectors look past the standard portrait of Washington, searching for that one-in-a-million specimen that escaped the wear and tear of circulation, retaining the original satiny luster that only a fresh strike can provide. The historical context of the mid-90s adds a layer of nostalgia, as these coins represent the final years before the 50-state quarters program would forever change the landscape of American pocket change, making high-grade survivors of the original design increasingly difficult to locate in the wild. Examining a 1994 D quarter requires an eye for the microscopic, focusing on the sharp definition of the hair lines on Washington's bust and the crispness of the feathers on the eagle's breast. In the high-stakes world of numismatics, the difference between a coin worth 25 cents and one worth a small fortune often comes down to the quality of the strike and the absence of bag marks sustained during transport. Imagine the tension of holding a coin that looks perfect to the naked eye, knowing that under a jeweler's loupe, it could reveal a pristine surface or a devastating scratch that slashes its potential value. There is an undeniable emotional weight to finding a coin that has somehow avoided the scratches of millions of other coins over 3 decades of use. It is like finding a time capsule that has been perfectly preserved, a tiny silver-colored mirror reflecting a moment in time when this specific piece of metal was struck, with a level of force and clarity that borders on the miraculous. The intrigue deepens when we consider the anomalies that can occur when the heavy machinery of the Denver Mint falters, creating errors that turn a common object into a museum-worthy treasure. You might find yourself looking at a coin with a slight misalignment, where the design is pushed toward the rim, or perhaps a doubling of the letters in God We Trust that hints at a doubled die strike. These aren't just mistakes, they are signatures of a mechanical ghost in the machine, and for the right buyer they represent a tangible connection to the chaotic reality of mass production. As you tilt the coin in the light, searching for a strange metal color or an unusual rim shape, you are essentially hunting for a needle in a haystack. This hunt isn't just about the metal. It's about the thrill of the chase and the possibility that you are currently holding a piece of history that everyone else simply overlooked as they went about their daily lives. Imagine the sudden shift in your reality if your simple pocket find began to climb a ladder of escalating market value based on its unique characteristics. A minor variation or an exceptionally clean strike could potentially see interest in the realm of $2,500 to $7,500, a sum that could easily cover a long-overdue vacation or a significant upgrade to your home office. As the quality increases, so does the potential reward, with more notable examples fetching upward of $9,000 in specialized auctions. For those truly high-grade coins that look like they were minted this morning, the figures can climb to $10,000, representing a windfall that turns a casual hobby into a life-changing event. These numbers aren't just statistics. They represent the dreams of collectors who recognize that beauty and rarity are the ultimate currency in the world of high-end coin trading. The stakes become truly staggering when we move into the territory of unusual mint anomalies, where a single distorted feature could see valuations reaching as high as $25,000. Think of this not just as money, but as a down payment on a new home or the clearing of a debt that has been weighing on your shoulders for years. Rare collector pieces with documented pedigree or unique striking errors might command $12,000, while those that are exceptionally preserved or feature uncommon tunning can reach $15,000. Every time a new discovery coin hits the market, The community holds its breath, wondering if the next auction will set a new benchmark for what a 1994 D quarter can actually achieve. It is a world where a 25-cent investment can explode into a treasure chest, provided you have the patience to look closer than everyone else. At the pinnacle of this storytelling ladder are the coins that defy logic, the unusual finds with such intense collector demand that they could see prices soaring to $65,000. These are the once-in-a-lifetime discoveries that make headlines and change the lives of the people who found them in old jars or inherited collections. In extraordinary or historically significant cases, perhaps a coin struck on a wrong planchet or a major structural error, values could theoretically push toward $80,000. While these figures serve as illustrative examples of the market's ceiling and are never a guarantee of profit, they highlight the incredible potential hidden within the mundane. The emotional comparison is clear. It's the difference between a routine day and a moment of pure, unadulterated shock that fundamentally alters your financial trajectory. To join the ranks of those who find such treasures, you must adopt a disciplined approach to examination, treating every coin like a forensic evidence piece. Start by checking the weight on a digital scale, looking for even a fraction of a gram that deviates from the standard 5.67 grams, as this could indicate a rare transitional metal error. Study the color of the metal. If it appears more copper red or unusually silver bright, you might be looking at a planchet meant for a different denomination. Pay close attention to the strike alignment and the shape of the rim, looking for finned edges or doubling in the mint mark and lettering. However, the most crucial step is professional authentication. Never assume a find is genuine until a certified grading service has verified its status. The difference between a counterfeit and a masterpiece is often invisible to the untrained eye, making expert intervention the final word in your numismatic journey. The hunt for the 1994 D quarter is a reminder that the most extraordinary things are often hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with the right knowledge and a bit of luck to claim them. Every time you receive change at a grocery store or dig through a bowl of spare coins, you are potentially touching a fortune that has passed through 1,000 hands without being noticed. The tension of the unknown is what keeps the fire of collecting alive, the idea that the very next coin you flip over could be the one that changes everything. But as you set this quarter aside and continue your search, you must prepare yourself for what comes next, because the 1994 D is only the beginning. There is another coin, even more elusive and shrouded in even greater mystery, that is currently circulating in the pockets of unsuspecting people, and its true story is more shocking than anything you have seen so far. The 1995 D Washington quarter carries the weight of an era where industrial output was peaking, yet the artistry of the Denver Mint remained under the microscopic scrutiny of a few discerning collectors. Minted during a year defined by massive cultural shifts and the heights of mid-90s nostalgia, over 1 billion of these copper-nickel-clad specimens were released into the American economy, yet the vast majority quickly lost their original brilliance to the friction of daily commerce. For the casual observer, it is just 25 cents, but to the numismatist, the 1995 D represents a hunt for the elusive gem condition, coins that escaped the heavy canvas bags and high-speed counting machines without a single devastating scratch. The visual appearance of a truly rare 1995 D is characterized by a deep, satiny luster and a sharp strike that brings out the fine details in Washington's hair and the intricate feathers of the eagle on the reverse. Understanding the minting context of 1994 and 1995 is essential, as these years were the final stand for the original eagle design before the 50-state quarters program fundamentally altered the landscape of U.S. coinage forever. Building a connection with this specific year requires looking past the sheer volume of production and focusing on the mechanical ghosts that haunted the Denver production lines. The 1995 D is known to harbor subtle but significant errors, such as the filled die variety, where grease or debris obstructed the striking process, leaving Washington with missing hair details or a ghostly, weakened mint mark. There is a palpable tension in holding a coin from this year, knowing that while billions are worth face value, a handful of survivors possess the technical perfection required to reach the upper echelons of the grading scale. Collectors find themselves drawn to the 1995 D because it is a condition rarity, a coin that is incredibly common in your pocket but nearly impossible to find in a flawless, untouched state. This scarcity creates a hidden market where the price is driven not by the metal itself, but by the preservation of a single moment in 1995, when the dies met the planchet with absolute, pristine precision. The intrigue of the 1995 D deepens when you encounter unusual minting anomalies like off-center strikes or doubled dies that turn a standard coin into a historical curiosity. Imagine the surge of adrenaline as you tilt a quarter in the light and notice a distinct doubling in the letters of Liberty, or a slight misalignment of the design toward the rim, suggesting a mechanical failure at the mint. These aren't just damaged pieces of metal, they are tangible evidence of a high-speed industrial process that occasionally stumbled, creating unique artifacts that were never meant to leave the facility. This emotional connection to the mistake is what fuels the market, as every error represents a break in the monotony of a billion identical coins. The search for these anomalies turns every trip to the grocery store or every inherited jar of change into a potential treasure hunt, where a single sharp-eyed observation could reveal a coin worth thousands of times its face value. As we transition into the storytelling ladder of market outcomes, it is vital to remember that these values are illustrative of past auction successes and are never a guarantee, though the numbers are staggering nonetheless. A minor variation or exceptionally clean, uncirculated example of a 1995 D might attract interest ranging from $2,500 to $7,500 among collectors looking to fill high-end registry sets. For coins that move into the more notable territory, perhaps exhibiting a unique tunning or a slightly sharper-than-average strike, the value can climb toward $9,000. When a coin achieves a high-grade status from a professional grading service, such as an MS-68, the price can hit $10,000, representing a windfall that could act as a down payment on a new home or a significant financial cushion. These milestones illustrate how the intersection of condition and demand transforms a common object into a serious financial asset that bridges the gap between pocket change and high-stakes investing. The ladder continues to climb for those rare instances where a 1995 D displays truly unusual mint anomalies, with valuations sometimes reaching as high as $25,000 for coins that defy the standard manufacturing process. In the world of elite numismatics, rare collector pieces with a documented history of excellence can fetch $12,000, while those that are exceptionally preserved or feature uncommon metal characteristics might see $15,000. Each step up this ladder represents a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, the kind of event that feels like winning a quiet, personal lottery. These coins aren't just bought, they are curated by individuals who recognize that a 1995 D in this state is more than a quarter. It is a masterpiece of surviving history. The dream of finding such a piece is what keeps the hobby alive, turning a simple task of checking change into an emotional journey through the possibilities of sudden, unexpected wealth. At the very top of the valuation spectrum lie the extraordinary finds. Unusual specimens with such strong collector demand that they have been known to command as much as $65,000 at auction. These are the unicorns of the 1995 D series, perhaps struck on an incorrect planchet meant for another denomination, or possessing a major structural error that makes them one of a kind. For a coin that is historically significant or exhibits a level of perfection that seems impossible for a mass-produced item, the value can even reach up to $80,000. While these figures represent the extreme ceiling of the market, they highlight the incredible potential hidden within our currency. Finding such a coin is more than just a financial gain. It is a moment of pure shock that fundamentally alters your perspective on the world, proving that a life-changing windfall can literally be sitting in the palm of your hand. To find these treasures, you must engage in a responsible and meticulous examination of every 1995 D you encounter, starting with the weight and the color of the metal. Use a digital scale to check for deviations from the standard 5.67 grams, as a coin that is too heavy or too light could indicate a rare transitional metal error where a quarter was struck on a dime or nickel blank. Examine the strike alignment and the rim shape carefully. A finned rim or a design that is pushed to one side can be the first clue to a high-value error. Look for letter doubling in the legends Liberty, or In God We Trust, using a magnifying loupe to see the microscopic steps that indicate a doubled die. Above all, emphasize professional authentication, as the difference between a high-value gem and a common circulated coin is often a matter of technical nuances that only a certified expert can verify with certainty. The hunt for the 1995 D Washington quarter proves that the most valuable things in our lives are often hidden in plain sight, masked by the familiarity of the everyday. As you finish sorting through your latest batch of coins, remember that every quarter you passed over might have been the one to change your financial future forever. The tension of the unknown is a constant companion for the collector, a reminder that the next big find is always just one pocket pull away. But while you continue to scrutinize your 1995 D quarters for that elusive perfect strike or rare error, you must stay prepared for the next revelation. There is another coin, from a different year and with a secret even more profound than this one, that is waiting for you to find it. And its story is about to blow everything you thought you knew about pocket change wide open.